This is my story about why I believe God exists today. Hi, my name is Marianne van Poortvliet and I'm married. I live in the Netherlands. I'm a mom of three and I love to create and I love to discover more about God. I'm raised in a loving Christian home with two sisters. I'm the middle one and my parents were also always there. We went to church, we went to Sunday school and also youth groups and Christian festivals. We were an active Christian family and I also was active. I went to school. At the primary school, dyslexia was discovered. My reading was quite slow, and throughout all the time, I felt like I didn't really fit in. I also felt like I was dumb, and some people even told me I was dumb because I was slow and I couldn't read well, and my calculating skills weren't also that good. I did go through school and I did got my degree, met my husband, and after 7 years we got married. Together, when we were married, we were a participating Christian couple, going to church, doing the things you're supposed to do as a Christian, also reading Bible and stuff like that, and active Christians, I would say. But in 2018, my second child was born. The delivery of that baby was beautiful, but after delivery, I had a lot of pain, physical pain. There were times that I couldn't stand up out of bed. I didn't know how to lie down without pain. I didn't know how to walk around without pain or sit on a chair without pain. So my husband one day went to a conference. I had to stay home because of my kid. He was like a few months old at that time. I stayed home and my husband went to a conference. When he came back, he was really enthusiastic and on fire for the things that he heard about people who had miracles in their lives and people who were really seeing when they prayed, a miracle would happen, like really serious miracles. So my husband told me, I'm gonna pray for you. So he started praying for me, and he didn't pray just once. He prayed like a lot, like 30 times in a row. He was like, are you feeling little less pain? No. And then he prayed again. In the name of Jesus, I break all the bondage of pain. And so he went on and on praying for me. At one time, he was praying, and I felt I was just angry at God. I was so angry at God. How could God have made me a total loser? I never felt like fitting in. I never stood out. Who am I? This imperfect, strange being. So that anger, I had to let go that anger against God. I told God, I'm sorry for being angry at you. Please help me to get away from this anger. My husband prayed for me some more about the anger. And then the next day, it was better. The forgiveness of God was real. And the next day, yeah, I could walk around again. I didn't have that much pain again. So that was beautiful. In the same time, my kid was still young and she was a real bad sleeper. So every night I had to wake up, go to my kid again, feed her, go back to sleep, go back to her because she was crying again. In those nights, in the dark, with my kid in my arms, I've been praying a lot. And those prayers have led to a feeling that I didn't quite understand. When I was in church, why is that cross on that wall? Why is that man on that cross? What is Jesus doing there? I just didn't understand it. I separated from the story I've always been taught by my father, my mother, and the people in the church. I just didn't understand it. So at one moment I felt that such alienation of it all, and I was like, okay, Lord, I want to follow you, but I don't know you. And then something special happened. Not the same day after, but sometimes later. It felt like I was living under an open heaven, and I could look through the eyes of Jesus, and it was such a pure love I had for people around me, and also within myself, the heaviness and the burdens of life, they were just no more. They were gone. So I could, for example, I could walk into a bus and I could look around in the bus to all those different people, a packed bus, and I was looking, and I felt such a deep love for those people. It was it was so beautiful. So looking back, I could look through the eyes of Jesus. How does Jesus look to the people, to the world, with such a deep and divine love? It's just beyond imagination. And if you have a kid, you are, when it's born, you immediately love it because it's your own. But the love that Jesus has for people is way beyond the love of a mother to her child. So that's what I had, this experience. And also my house, because I'm dyslexia and also ADD, I was struggling a lot with my house. It was messy, chaotic, and so on. So there was such a freedom in my mind, in my thinking, and because of that, I had just the clarity of mind to do the things that needed to be done. So my house was in order, and there was true freedom. I felt the deepest freedom I ever felt before. But then, when this period went away, it was such a chaos. I would even describe it as a psychosis. I was manic, and because of that, the chaos in my house was worse than ever before. The chaos in my mind was worse than ever before, and because of that, even my relationship was under pressure, and I wasn't the mother that I wanted to be for my children. It felt like Jesus was talking to me through everything. Signs like when I was outside, something could talk to me and say, yes, that's what you need to do. Or my phone was talking back to me. It's weird, right? But that were delusions of, well, wrong doors open. I'm glad I met a woman at that time, and she told me, well, Jesus is no chaos. Jesus is rest and peace. And that was far away from me. So she told me, you have to close those doors. So after some time, I prayed a prayer to close those doors. And I told Jesus, if this is you, I don't want it. I want this chaos to stop. And the beautiful thing is, very fast, it was gone. The next day I woke up, it was gone. No signs and miracles, thinking strange stuff, no delusions anymore. I was just back to my old self again. So I had the open heaven experience, and then I had the chaos experience afterwards, and now it was silence. That was the moment that the rest was restored. But now I was transformed because I knew freedom is for real when you call on Jesus. So I started to learn more about Jesus. and I started to have a relationship with Jesus. And because of that relationship, the true love came back. The deep understanding. I am loved. I am beautiful the way I am. And so are the people around me. And that pure love was beyond imagination. It still is. If you feel that deep love, you just can't do anything else but believing and knowing Jesus is for real. To recap all this, I started with a little low esteem, with chaos and motivation, but I was an active Christian, but I didn't know Jesus. Through this prayer, Jesus, I want to follow you, but I don't know you. This miracle happened, and I felt the deepest love I've ever felt, and I felt the complete freedom of the chaos and the restrictions in my mind and my body and everything. And now I know Jesus. At this moment, I know how Jesus is, how the pure love is. And I'm on my way to complete freedom because I know how freedom really is. Because everything was lifted from my shoulders. And something else that's very important, my life has a purpose. God wants me here. God wants me on this earth. Jesus is the key. And because of Jesus, I'm here telling this to you. So because of my story and the true love, I know God is for real. If you're having doubts or don't know whether you should believe this of mine, just ask. Ask God to reveal himself to you. Ask a specific question, but be honest in your heart and you will get an answer. What I've learned through all of this, prayer works. And then you are so precious. I am precious. You are precious. Because we're so loved. And then there was purification. Because of this, this anger of mine. This anger had to leave first. And then this special moment came. And then there was peace. And now I have a purpose in life. So prayer, I'm precious. I'm purified. I'm in peace. And I have a purpose. If you like this video, put your thumbs up and share it with others. Because this is for real. Jesus is for real. And God does exist. Do you have a God story as well? Please share it with me in the link below.